As a human being, getting close to something so massive, one of the biggest animals to ever inhabit the planet, it's an addictive feeling. Trying to make sense of this awesome animal that's trying to make sense of you. But this is an apex predator, and it feeds on giant squid. I'm Patrick Dykstra, ocean explorer.
There it is, right here.
Adventurer.
We got a good chance here, I think.
And filmmaker. I used to be a Wall Street lawyer, but I quit to follow my dream, to search for the biggest creatures to ever roam the earth.
Wow, I wish I could hold my breath longer.
Now I'm getting closer than ever before.
These are wild animals and they're hunting and it's dangerous. Something bad could happen, but it's a risk that's worth taking for me.
That was too close.
There are so many interesting things that are out there in the ocean that are still to be discovered.
I can see it just under the surface right next to me. I gotta go. They're getting very close, so I have to hold very, very still now.
If there's one ocean giant which has always fascinated me, it's the sperm whale. The sperm whale is the quintessential whale. That's Moby Dick. That's what I think of in my mind when I hear the word whale. It's a sperm whale. They're absolutely massive, up to 65 feet long, and weighing up to 50 tons. Yet we know almost nothing about them. They live in complex societies, family units that we have very little understanding of, and they communicate over vast distances of ocean. They have the biggest brain of any animal on Earth.
And you can really see that intelligence, that this is not just an animal that's relying on instinct and its incredible sensory ability. It's actually thinking.
I've spent years tracking them around the world. I've seen as many sperm whales underwater as perhaps anyone on the planet.
Every time I get in the water with one, it's a different experience.
But all of those encounters happen within the first 30 or 40 feet of the ocean's surface.
What's happening in the deep ocean?
They can dive deeper than almost any other animal on Earth. The vast majority of their life happens thousands of feet below the surface, far below any depth that I can dive to. What's happening down there?
We know they're hunting because they come back up often with squid tentacles dangling out of their mouths and scars from where the squid have tried to attack them.
They're going down and engaging in these colossal battles with squid. And we have only brief glimpses of what it could be like. It's just completely out of human reach. I would be crushed by the pressure.
Can you hold it so it doesn't rotate? Yep.
To actually witness a predation, you've got to attach an onboard camera to a sperm whale.
Going live.
The world's biggest toothed predator going after this giant squid. To see something like that would just be absolutely incredible. Yeah, it'd be life-changing to see that.
Dominica is a remote volcanic island in the eastern Caribbean. It's the best place in the world to find sperm whales.
Using this bathymetry chart, which shows how deep the sea is a really good way to look for where the squid going to be, and then where the sperm whales will also be. There's a mountain here just on the coast, and you're up 1,000 feet high as soon as you're inland, and conversely, you're down 1,000 feet deep as soon as you're offshore. There's big drop-offs, troughs, valleys. Where are the most likely places that squid could be found? Here's one just a few miles offshore, very likely place to find squid. So to have a place like that where you've got really good squid habitat, it's really the perfect place for sperm whales.
And that's why they're here, to hunt squid. Before I can even think about trying to attach a camera to a whale, I've got to find them.
7 crossing, yeah.
To have any chance of success, it's essential for me to work with the right boat captain.
7 crossing, onion, go ahead.
Francis knows the ocean here better than
How
anyone,
about you?
and he's plugged into a network of fishermen who radio him with whale sightings. He's been tracking whales for over 15 years, and he's critical to the whole operation.
All right, 1-6. Out. Right now, they're about 11 miles out.
All right, well, let's try and go north and use the lee side protection of the island and just hope we can find whales that way.
We can do 5 and go down the coastline.
Okay, let's do that.
Even though there are lots of sperm whales in these waters, they can travel hundreds of miles in any direction. But there's a simple, very effective tool to narrow down my search. The hydrophone. It's an audio device that can be used underwater to pick up sperm whale vocalizations for miles around.
When they're down at depth hunting for squid, they make a sound, tick, 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 tick. They use their nostril to make this sound, and we can hear it on the hydrophone. And if I can hear it, then we can try to find out where they are, because this hydrophone we put on a long wooden stick, wood, not metal, because metal will transmit the sound from all directions. And at the end of the stick, there's a salad bowl with a wetsuit taped around it to dampen the sound coming from behind with the hydrophone inside. So Kevin can point that for me in any direction, and the clicking of the sperm whales will tell us which direction they are. Try north, Kevin. Try west. Try that. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah, it's encouraging to put that hydrophone in and immediately hear what sounds like bacon frying or popcorn popping. It's tick, 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 tick. So it's more than one animal. If it were only one, you'd hear a more distinct pattern. Tick, 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 tick. When they hunt squid down there, there's a pickup in pace of that sound right before they hit the squid. Tick, tick, tick. But now it's just a matter of really keeping all our eyes on the seas, because the hydrophone can't help you see them when they're on the surface. Well, you see them when they're on the surface by looking for that spout of water coming up.
It's a good start. The strongest clicks are coming from the west, so we start our search in that direction.
There they are, right there. 10 o'clock, about half a mile out. Yeah, there, look. Just here. 2 o'clock to the boat, 2 sperm whales just surfaced.
Swimming down towards us.
We're going to be really delicate here and just take the boat way out front. I'll drop in and just swim over towards where we think she's going to pass by.
just beside us. So we're going to slowly bring the boat around front, slide in, and then see if she wants to come have a look at us. We're okay here?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, this looks good.
Go ahead.
I'm in Dominica looking for sperm whales, the ocean's largest toothed predator.
We're okay here?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, this looks good.
Go ahead.
And I've just spotted some at the surface. Despite their massive size, sperm whales are surprisingly fast, and they're surprisingly sensitive. So I have to cover a large distance across the surface of the ocean to get close to them. I can't take heavy scuba equipment with me, so the only way I'm going to get close to them is to free dive. By free diving, I'm faster and I'm quieter. If I'm stuck on the surface, I'm an outside observer of these animals. That's not why I'm here. The calmer I am, the longer I can stay underwater with a single breath. But being calm isn't always easy when you're sharing the water with a 30,000-pound animal. As I get closer and closer, I forget that I need to breathe long before this whale needs to breathe. I'm 40 feet below the surface, and I need to breathe now.
It's so amazing to see them at all, and just to see them pass by like that's incredible. But they just let me hang out for a second and then left me behind.
Over the next few days, we continue searching and diving.
Swim down towards it slowly. Go ahead, go ahead.
My objective is to gain the trust of a family unit and find a whale calm enough to be able to get my camera on it and see it hunting at depth. But my window to see them between their hunting dives is short. And so far, finding a whale that might show any curiosity in me is proving difficult.
It's interesting to see how wrinkled they are when their lungs are empty. And then they take a big breath, and a lot of those wrinkles go away as they expand and fill with air right before they dive to go forage. It's so amazing to see, but such a brief time, just not staying on the surface very long. You'd think for animals so big, especially when there are several of them together, that I wouldn't be a particularly threatening presence to them. But because I'm something they don't know, they're just not trusting me to get that close. It's hard just to find them and see them at all, just passing by. So something more stable is going to be really challenging, but just got to keep coming out and trying and hope the weather and the wind and the waves and the whales all cooperate, and maybe I'll get to see something amazing.
But then my chances of seeing any sperm whales take a massive blow. There are other animals in the area. Pilot whales. These predatory pack hunters patrol the oceans in large pods. They belong in the same family as orca and false killer whales, known collectively as blackfish. They compete with sperm whales for food. They've been known to harass them by leaving bite marks on their tails. Their presence here doesn't bode well.
so I was swimming along with a couple, and I heard some whistles. Turn around, and there's a whole nother group right beside me that were actually closer. It's a bad sign for my chances with sperm whales. Just have to see what happens. There it is. Really big group of pilot whales, but they've just been harassing a young sperm whale, so they may do it again. Reach! So we're just gonna follow on. Here comes a group here. There they are. Look.
I'm trying to swim as fast as I can. I want to get over there. But if it's a violent struggle, a blow from that tail could be fatal. The ocean current is against me. I know I can't reach them. We capture the final moments from the air. The sperm whale dives, with a large male pilot in pursuit.
Are they beating up and harassing sperm whales because they see them as food competition? Because they can't really get much of a meal out of bites from an adult's tail. We know they try to hunt the calves, but just nipping at the tails of adults, we're not sure why they're doing that. But they do compete for squid in the deep sea with sperm whales. So. No. You don't hear anything. Very quiet. So when there's no clicking, they're either not here, or potentially they're in stealth mode because there's blackfish around and they don't want to make clicks to give off their location. Quiet all around, except very faint clicks in the west, which is where we just came from, but they sound really far away, so. What do you think, Francis?
They could have gone quiet, or they probably just head west and that's it. Hope for the best tomorrow.
If they're here, you'll hear them. If they're not here, you can't make them show up.
They say good things come to those who wait. Next morning, I receive reports of sperm whales 5 miles to the southwest. I don't know how long they'll stick around, so I need to get to those coordinates fast.
Morning, Ricardo.
Ricardo is an experienced whale tracker and a good friend of Francis. He also happens to own the fastest boat on the island. We head out to the coordinates where they were last seen. There's little to give their position away. But then I see something at the surface. They were here. Now they're gone. Then, 30 feet down, I see something straight out of a science fiction movie. On my quest to see sperm whales hunting, I've arrived at a scene straight out of a science fiction movie. They're like alien egg sacs, floating just under the surface of the sea. This is how sperm whales sleep. Sperm whales have the shortest sleep cycle of any mammal on Earth, remaining in this stasis for around 15 minutes at a time. They have to hunt often. They consume around 2,000 pounds of squid every day. So they've perfected power napping at the surface. But why they sleep in this formation remains a mystery.
Wow. That's so incredible. 6 whales just sleeping. There was a calf in there. It was not quite as good as the adults at controlling its buoyancy. So it would go down and try to sleep vertically like the rest of them. So you would see it curve a little bit sideways and then expel some air, try to be vertical again, and then float up. It was really cute, and the adults were keeping an eye on that little calf, trying to sleep the same way that they sleep. It's just amazing to have that kind of intimacy, and they just allowed me to be right in there with them, watching them. Really an amazing moment, and so rare to see that. I feel so fortunate to get a glimpse into that intimate part of their lives.
Are you ready? Go ahead.
One by one, these sleeping giants awake from their slumber. I slide in, and this time, they don't seem spooked by me. They allow me to stay with them. A young calf lets its curiosity get the better of it, and it comes over to check me out, completely unafraid. I spend time with the whole family unit socializing at the surface. This is the unit I've been waiting for. But nothing could prepare me for what happens next. There's a moment when an animal so massive is coming directly towards you. It certainly crosses my mind that something could happen. As she's coming over, she's tilting her head up to point her lower jaw, the bottom of her mouth at me, scanning my body. It's like she's seeing inside me with those sonar pulses. My heart, my lungs, my kidneys. But then it becomes much more rapid. You can hear that sound gaining pace. This is how she hunts for squid. I'm in an extreme situation with the world's largest toothed predator. All this time, I've been trying to get closer, but this might be too close. She's pulsing me with her sonar, the same technique she uses to hunt squid. But far from wanting to eat me, she could be trying to talk to me. What exactly is going through that huge brain? It's not such a big stretch to think that a sperm whale, having the biggest brain in the world, would try and communicate. What are you? What are you doing? Why are you here? I can see the incredible detail of the battle scars she's picked up from fights with squid at depth. The pucker marks at the bottom of her jaw. And every single one of those is from a battle with a squid. I look at her, then I look down into the deep sea. I think most of her life is happening far, far, far below me. What's happening down there?
I don't know why she's so interested and so curious, but I'm sure grateful that she is. That was just amazing. Wow. I'm a little bit awestruck right now. It's been absolutely incredible for me to really be invited into the lives of these sperm whales. To get that kind of proximity to them has just been spectacular. But I still don't know anything about what happens after the first 30 feet or so of water. My main mission is to try to get a camera that I can stick onto the whale that will have the ability to survive the pressure and still record amazing footage down 1,200 or more feet deep. So here it is, this camera tag. It's really the result of several years of work to get a tag that we can stick on a whale that has lights that are set to come on at a certain depth, survive pressures down to 2,000 feet or more is probably likely, and then it has to release, send a signal so that when we go out at sea 12 hours later or more, we can locate it. So I'm not an expert in sticking cameras on whales or really sticking anything on whales, but there's one person who is, and that's Dr. Shane Garrow.
All right, I'm coming on, guys.
He's got a lot of experience in putting suction cup data tags on whales.
Yeah, thanks.
So I've asked him to help me put my suction cup camera on a whale. It's what will give him incredibly important scientific research data, and it will give me an opportunity to hopefully see what's going on in the deep sea.
The world's leading authority on the sperm whales in this region is Dr. Shane Garrow.
I've spent 15 years following in the family lives of these animals, but I'm missing a huge chunk of their everyday life. And any little bit of light, quite literally, that we can shed on that is super fascinating for me, not only in understanding what a sperm whale is, but in the science that we'll get from doing that.
Yeah.
We're barely out of the harbor now, and you can see we're already having whitecaps less than a half a mile from shore. It's not ideal conditions for spotting the whales, and it's certainly not ideal conditions for Shane to try to get a tag on one. Whew, look at that roller.
The hydrophone check tells us that there are whales all around. The whole boat is wired for that first spout.
There it is, 1 o'clock.
Whoa, straight ahead.
About time.
Okay, I'm gonna turn on the tag.
Yep. Shane's activating the tag, and the electronics take it about 2 minutes to boot up. Now the wind has picked up quite a bit, so it's going to be very...
Let's put both of them on the port side. So I'm gonna tag the one on the right.
Coming up on her.
The one that we're going to here.
Almost to the back. You got another 6 inches to the back.
That's okay.
Yeah, just ignore that one.
Tag's going live. She's got a nice dorsal fin. A little more.
Come on. You're almost to the back. You got another 6 inches to the back.
That's okay.
Yeah, just ignore
I'm
that.
off the coast of Dominica with scientist Shane Garrett,
Nice dorsal fin.
and we're about to put a camera on a sperm whale
A little more.
to discover how they hunt in the ocean depths.
Come on.
Can you see the tag? Yeah, it's still on.
That's all we could ask for, huh? Tag stayed on.
Yeah, it's really good positioning.
Yeah, so there's the one with the tag on. You can see the tag still sitting on her back.
Whew. My guess is it'll hold for about 10 hours, so it'll be off before midnight, hopefully.
Okay.
If it's not off in the morning, something's gone wrong.
Let's hope the camera's rolling and our little lights that
Turn
are attached
on.
to the camera turn on. Yeah.
Absolutely.
The next morning, we head out in search of the tag in a boat big enough to take on the open ocean swells. The tag is designed to release from the whale after about 10 hours.
The moment of truth is near. I hope everything survived.
If we can locate a signal on Shane's receiver, we'll know at least that it has detached from the whale and is on the surface. But several hours in these ocean currents means it could have drifted miles. And the tag is smaller than a football.
Anything?
No.
Think it's worth going up on the roof for him while you have it all out?
But yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. Let's talk to him about it.
Getting any sort of height will increase our chances of hearing the signal from the tag.
Okay. You hold that, I'll go down and you pass it down.
Still no signal.
Got it.
We're now 13 miles offshore.
Got me?
Yeah. Let's take a better depth grip this time.
Shane tries one more time.
Beeps! I got it.
Is that a sigh of relief?
That was a sigh of relief. Okay, slow down. We might be going by it. It's really close.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah,
That
nice
wingtip?
spot.
Yep.
She's intact. The release fired.
Yeah, all 4 came off. That's great.
So now it's just a matter of getting it home and see what's on it.
We know sperm whales hunt massive squid, thousands of feet below the surface, in complete darkness, at pressures that would crush the human body. After years of imagining what it might look like, I could be about to see it for real.
All right, moment of truth.
Absolutely, I'm super excited.
All right, let's
go.
see what we got.
Comes down. And
Okay,
there we are.
tags on.
You can see the sun glisten on its back.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, look! Oh,
There's the calf. Oh, there's Kodas. So now they're talking to each other. Wow.
Ooh! Ooh! It's hitting our camera. Wow. So that looks like a deep dive. That looked like a big breath, and then now we don't see the surface anymore, and she looks
Yeah.
like she's heading straight down.
Yeah, it's already getting darker.
In a few hundred feet, we're going to find out if that light system works, if the pressure activated our lights.
Yeah, so we set it to come on sort of just after it gets sort of really dark
So about 1,200 feet, it's set to
to come on.
respond to the pressure.
Yeah.
So now the camera is struggling a little bit with
It's getting darker.
the low light.
Yeah.
You can see some graininess creeping
Hopefully
in.
the lights come on. Uh-oh.
Maybe they're not going to come on. So I would have expected at this level of dark.
Ah!
Oh, there they are. Just in time.
You can see all the stuff in the water, right? We tend to think of the ocean as just this blue background, but when the lights are on, I mean, it looks like we're speeding down a highway on a snowy day.
It's getting deeper and deeper.
Oh, yeah.
There's the first clicks at depth.
So now she's flattening out and she's starting to hunt.
So this click is her looking for squid. She's
Yeah.
echolocating, looking for food.
Taking a little pause.
So I wonder now, it looks like it's gone a bit soft. I wonder if the pressure has maybe done something to our camera.
Oh, here's a creek. So this would be right before.
Oh, look,
head
look,
jerk.
look, look, look. Whoa! What was that? So this click is her looking for squid. She's
Yeah.
echolocating, looking for food.
Taking a little pause.
I'm with scientist Shane Garrow, watching footage from a camera riding on the back of a whale, 3,000 feet deep.
Oh, here's a creek. So this would be right before.
Oh, look,
head
look,
jerk.
look, look, look.
Whoa!
What was that?
I have no idea. Yeah, let's go
Let's
back.
go back and see what that was.
Could it be the cloud of ink?
That's what I'm
And
wondering.
it's
'cause
just
it
being
looks,
illuminated. Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely, she bit something, and then there's this, I think it's
Yeah.
just ink. Didn't even think about the idea of having just this plume of ink, but of course.
Wow, that's moving fast, right past frame.
That's incredible.
Already, that's way better than I was expecting.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
So incredible. And a head jerk again.
Yeah,
Again!
Yeah. She's biting something every time.
I mean,
and then
absolutely.
guts
yeah.
are going past
That's
frame.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
As we watch, she continues hunting by echolocation in the pitch dark, about 3,000 feet beneath the surface. It's incredible to see in such detail this hunting behavior.
I mean, I've spent thousands of hours with these animals at the surface, but this part of their life, I mean, here comes another creek.
There's
Head
the
jerk. Oh
and there,
my
look at that. They are so efficient. Almost every set of creeks, a squid gets nailed.
Look at the head.
Boom.
Oh my God.
She was traveling so
Patrick,
fast
this
that
is
time.
unbelievable. This is unreal. I can't believe that we captured this on camera. I'm stunned. I'm like just so blown away.
Well, congratulations. This is a big achievement for both of us. I think. It's
absolutely.
really exciting.
Now we know.
Now it's confirmed.
Now we
yeah.
know.
For more than a decade, I've filmed and observed sperm whales at the surface, knowing that they spend the majority of their lives far beyond where I could dive. Now, finally, I've been allowed a glimpse into their lives. A tiny window into one of the most extreme and mysterious hunts on Earth. Sperm whale versus squid. A hunt which for centuries has been the stuff of legend. For me, this is a big step in my journey to understand these mysterious ocean giants.
We're going to slowly bring the boat around front, slide in, and then see if she wants to come have a look at it. We're okay here?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, looks good.
Go ahead.
Despite their massive size, sperm whales are surprisingly fast, and they're surprisingly sensitive. So I have to cover a large distance across the surface of the ocean to get close to them. I can't take heavy scuba equipment with me, so the only way I'm going to get close to them is to free dive. By free diving, I'm faster and I'm quieter. If I'm stuck on the surface, I'm an outside observer of these animals. That's not why I'm here. The calmer I am, the longer I can stay underwater with a single breath. But being calm isn't always easy when you're sharing the water with a 30,000-pound animal.
Just head west and that's it. Hope for the best tomorrow.
You know, maybe tomorrow the pilot whales will
Pilot
have
whales will be gone.
moved further south, and the sperm whales will be back and more social.
The next morning, we're up and out early to continue the search. We head to the drop-off for our first hydrophone station of the day.
So we've come about 3 miles offshore here, which is a good place to start checking for sperm whales. So fingers crossed when we put this in, we get some nice clicking sounds.
North. West. Put south.
Love it. All right, so we're not hearing anything in any direction, so we're gonna pull in the hydrophone and move the boat a few miles, and then try it again. That's really all you can do. If they're here, you'll hear them. If they're not here, we can't make them show up. All right, and 3 miles north, and we try again.
Guys ready?
Second hydrophone check. 3 miles north of our first position.
Oh, really nothing. Not a squeak, not a dolphin, not a click, nothing at all.
We continue checking through the day. Well, I'm out of ideas. Back at base, it's time to reflect on a frustrating day.
It was a long, hot, sweaty day at sea to not see or even hear the single click of a sperm whale. And sometimes when they're not here, they stay gone for 4, 5, 6. I came a couple years ago, they were gone for 10 days, and maybe longer. I left at the end of the 10th day because there was nothing here, so I just went home. So I hope we're not at the start of a long drought, but hopefully they decide to come back while I'm still in town. We'll see.
They say good things come to those who wait. Next morning, I receive reports of sperm whales 5 miles to the southwest. I don't know how long they'll stick around, so I need to get to those coordinates fast.
Morning, Ricardo.
Ricardo is an experienced whale tracker and a good friend of Francis. He also happens to own the fastest boat on the island. We head out to the coordinates where they were last seen. There's little to give their position away. But then I see something at the surface. Then, 30 feet down, I see something straight out of a science fiction movie. They're like alien egg sacs, floating just under the surface of the sea. My heart, my lungs, my kidneys. But then it becomes much more rapid. You can hear that sound gaining pace. This is how she hunts for squid. All this time, I've been trying to get closer. But this might be too close. She's pulsing me with her sonar. The same technique she uses to hunt squid. But far from wanting to eat me, she could be trying to talk to me.
And any little bit of light, quite literally, that we can shed on that is super fascinating for me, not only in understanding what a sperm whale is, but in the science that we'll get from doing that.
Yeah. We're barely out of the harbor now, and you can see we're already having whitecaps less than a half a mile from shore. So it looks like really windy conditions today. I think it's not going to be particularly easy. It's not ideal conditions for spotting the whales, and it's certainly not ideal conditions for Shane to try to get a tag on one.
In seas like this, they're gonna look so little. The blow and the head will actually disappear between the swells, which is the tricky part. Oof, look at that roller.
The hydrophone check tells us that there are whales all around. The whole boat is wired for that first spout.
Straight out here.
There she blows.
There we go.
There she blows at one.
Good spot, Patrick.
Yeah.
Let me know if you need to spin around. Just do what you gotta do.
There's another one out there, you know. You want me to go get it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. If they come alongside, and then... Here she goes.
Yeah. There was 3 whales there, 2 females and a calf. But in conditions like this, with the boat slamming up and down, there's no way we're going to be able to get a tag on.
We're surrounded by whales, but the seas are just too rough in our current position.
They have whales up there too?
They have whales from where they are. They're 3 miles outside Roseau and to the north.
All right, so north we go.
North we go. The animals are kind of, it sounds like moving east or northeast, which is good. It'll be easier to tag with the waves than it will be against them. But I think we give it a go and see what happens.
Moving north will bring us into the sheltered lee of the island and out of the Atlantic rollers. That's the theory, anyway.
Whoa, straight ahead! Okay, I'm gonna turn on the tag.
Yep. Shane's activating the tag, and the electronics take it about 2 minutes to boot up. Now the wind has picked up quite a bit, so it's going to be very challenging for Shane to be out on the bow holding a 20-foot long pole with the tag gripped on it, and then trying to approach this whale and drop it on the whale.
Can you hold it so it doesn't rotate?
Yep.
Okay, tag's gonna go up. Tell me my lines.
1, 2, 3. You got one more back?
Wow, it's windy. Ah, tag off! Neutral!
Already?
Where is it? You got it? Yeah, he's got it. Thank you.
That's a windy condition thing.
Okay.
Let's go for the one on the left.
You want to tag on the other
Kevin,
side?
let's get one on the left. Okay. Kevin, let's put both of them on the port side. So I'm gonna tag the one on the right. The one that we're going to here. Okay, tag's going up.
How many lines are there?
It's the number of yellow lines on the
2, 3, 4. There's 5. You're at 4 now. One more big handle. You're almost to the back. You got another 6 inches to the back.
The other one coming across.
That's okay.
Yeah, just ignore that one.
Tag's going live. It's got a nice dorsal fin. A little more. And ours is the farthest south. Can you see the tag? Yeah, it's still on.
That's all we could ask for. Tag stayed on.
Yeah, it's really good positioning.
Yeah, so there's the one with the tag on. You can see the tag still sitting on her back.
My guess is it'll hold for about 10 hours, so it'll be off before midnight, hopefully.
Okay.
If it's not off in the morning, something's gone wrong.
Let's hope the camera's rolling and our little lights that
Turn
are attached
on.
to the camera turn on.
Absolutely.
We're hoping the camera will have detached from the whale sometime during the night. The whale could have traveled 30 miles in any direction in that time. And the wind and current could have carried the camera tag even further. Before searching for the camera at sea, we need to get a fix on its general position from the highest accessible place on the island.
What do you
Here we
think?
go. We're going to hear it. We're going to hear
Okay.
it.
If we can't get a signal from up here, we'll never find it from the boat.
So this is just gonna take me a minute.
Sure.
Beep!
I knew it. I knew it. I slept like a baby last night.
Yeah.
So now it's just a matter of you really narrowing in on where this thing is pointing, because when we're this far away, if you're 1 degree this way, by
Yeah.
the time if it's 30 miles out, 1 degree is going to be several miles.
Yeah.
We're going to be off in the boat.
I guess I just don't know what to think. It's gonna be tricky out there for sure.
We head out in search of the tag, in a boat big enough to take on the open ocean swells. The tag is designed to release from the whale after about 10 hours.
The moment of truth is near.
So now she's flattening out and she's starting to hunt.
So this click is her looking for squid. She's
Yeah.
echolocating, looking for food.
Taking a little pause.
So I wonder now, it looks like it's gone a bit soft. I wonder if the pressure has maybe done something to our camera.
Oh, here's a creek. So this would be right before.
Oh, look,
Venture!
look. Whoa! What was that?
I have no idea. Yeah, let's go
Let's go
back.
back and see what that was.
Could it be the cloud of ink?
That's what I'm wondering.
And it's
'cause
just
it
being
looks,
illuminated.